Math's the word. Math's the word. Math's the word. Math's the word. What's the word? Math.
Our lesson goals, students will be able to graph and verify. They're verifying if seniors should get their gowns. They're not giving them out, even if they paid for it, if they haven't earned it. They are checking. Check or verify the inverse functions. Students will be able to find inverses of a function or a relation. For now, we know that relations are like ordered pairs. I can't spell. Ordered. And ordered pairs are just inputs to outputs, right? Your fingerprint opens your phone. Your fingerprint is the input. The output is it opens the screen. Okay? Students will determine whether two functions or a relation are inverses. That was number 1 lesson goal. Let's go on to number 2. What is an inverse function? If f is 1 to 1, when I put my fingerprint on my phone, or now if it looks at me, right? It would be kind of weird if it was opening up when my daughter's face goes on. She doesn't have permission. I don't want her to have permission to open my phone. I want it to be 1 to 1, my face with my phone. If it is a 1 to 1 function with domain and range, then the inverse function of f, I'm going to draw it kind of large. Function is this f. The inverse in red is this part here. Note that this is not an exponent or power. It is in that same position, but it means something different. So this -1 means what, class? Everyone say inverse. Okay, what does the inverse mean? Is the function with the domain and range defined by, if I give you function notation and this is the input, and then this one is the what? Output. Well, all I'm doing is just switching the positions. You see it? This is like a light switch. And it's switching the positions of A and B. So if you learn nothing, basically the inverse means to switch. Everyone say it? Switch. All right. Let's go over here to the coordinate plane. If I give you this order pair, A is this point, and we'll call it -340. So I have the order pair -340, and let's say I tell you to switch these. Class, what's the new order pair? Which quadrant is that in? What number? Quadrant 4. 40, comma, -3. 40 going to the right on the x-axis, right? This is a x and this is a y. So if I switch that, that'll become 40 and negative 3. Okay, pay attention. In Geometry or Integrated Math 2, they taught you that if you move an order pair, those are called what? Transformations. Transformations, or you're moving a point, they will add this notation. That notation is called prime. So this order pair, or this point now, is called A prime. Say it. What's the new coordinate of A prime? We just switched the x's and y's, and now that order pair is 40 comma negative 3. Now I would have to do this old school. Maybe I can show you guys with the document camera. But if I draw this line, this line represents my mirror. And for the recording, it won't show, but when I show you my document camera, it will. The order pair A is reflected over to this point, and you can see it is in quadrant 4. Okay? So the big idea is that that red line represents the inverse. This represents an equation called y equals x. Now, y equals x, if you graph that, that's in slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b is a popular one. And if you add a bunch of stuff to it, it will help you understand how to graph y equals x. Class, if I have no number here, what number can I put in there? Class, if there's no number, it just says y equals x, what number can I put in this red box? Plus 0. This 0, b, represents the y-intercept, where you begin. Class, what does the m stand for? This is from, hopefully, what you've learned in your previous math class. M represents slope. You would think that slope starts with S, and why is it an M? It's the French word for mountain or hills. So this number is a 1, and slope is rise over run. So you would go up 1, run 1, and that's how you would graph y equals x. All right, you're going to be given this order pair. So go down to number 3. What do I do when I'm given points? Let's call this function f, and it has these order pairs. Write them down. Okay, so the x-axis is these points here. They go left and right. Negative is left, positive is right. And the y values are up and down. So left, negative 3, stay would be here at this point. Yes? Okay. We just learned about the inverse, and basically you would just switch these. So if I call this side in purple, I call it G. I'm going to switch the order pairs. So instead of negative 3 comma 0, what's my new order pair? 0, negative 3. Go ahead and switch all of those for G, and then I want you to graph both the F side in blue and G in purple. Jaylene, tell me the rest of the order pairs.
1 is that? 2.
No, it's an order pair. 1.
Oh, 1 and negative 1?
Yes.
2 and 0?
Yes.
4 and 1?
Yes.
3
Yes. Jalen, pick the next person to help me graph the blue.
Man. Pick that. Oh.
I already graphed -3, 0, graph -1, 1.
Which one you got the I don't know what mystery.
So the x-axis is left or right, so -1 means left one because the numbers are negative, and the y value for that order pair is +1, so I'm going to go up. So left 1, up 1. This is my point. Can you help me graph 0, 2? Where do I go on the x-axis? Graphing this one, where do you go on the x-axis?
On the 2 or 0?
On the 0. The y-axis goes up and down.
Let's go on the 2.
So we're going to go up or down?
Up.
Up. Stay up 2. Amanda, graph the next one.
1, 4. So we're gonna put it on the 1 on x-axis, and then you're gonna go up +4 on the y.
Good. Last one.
And then we're gonna go 5 on the x-axis on the positive side, and then you're gonna go up 3 on the y-axis on the positive.
Amanda, pick the next person.
Okay. Jeff.
Who?
Jeff. Jeff.
Joe, graph the purple, 0, -3.
Down 3. And then 1 to the right, and then down 1.
Yes.
And then
I did that wrong.
2 to the right,
Right, how many?
2 to the right, up, down. 4 to the right, 1 up. 3 to the right, 5 up.
If you drew your inverse line, you'll notice that the points are being reflected over the red. So the inverse is telling you to switch the x's and y's.
M is for measurement units. A is for complex algorithms. T is for translations, transversals, and trapeziums. H is for the height of any shape that you desire. And math is all that is surrounding you. Math is so much more than 2 + 2. You can understand it. Take that number and divide it. Math was made for me.